What I'll say is, from my position, potentially all those people did die in vain if we don't have senior leaders that own up and raise their hand and say, we did not do this well in the end. Without that, we just keep repeating the same mistakes. This amalgamation of the economic slash corporate slash political slash higher military ranks are not holding up their end of the bargain. I want to say this very strongly. I have been fighting for 17 years. I am willing to throw it all away to say to my senior leaders, I demand accountability.
That's the guy that got thrown in the brig. The one guy from all this Afghanistan mess that got thrown in the brig is that guy. We're obviously grateful he's out now. Joining me now, decorated Navy SEAL who was wrongly accused of war crimes. He's also the co-author of the book Man in the Arena, Eddie Gallagher. Eddie, how is it humanly possible that he puts out a video, gets tossed in the brig calling for accountability? Did he know he would be thrown in the brig when he put this out?
He knew this was a possibility for standing up for what he believes in and speaking truth. The Pipehitter Foundation that we formed got behind him immediately after he put out his first video. We knew what was coming. We knew the persecution from the military was coming since he spoke out and said exactly what everybody else was thinking. This guy just had the moral courage to do so in uniform. This is the type of leader that we need in the military, and the Pipehitter Foundation is going to be alongside him. As far as them locking him up in the brig, that's the name of the game. When you speak truth and speak out against the big machine, they had no real reason to put him in there. They say he violated a gag order. It was unlawful gag order from the first place, and it could be a coincidence, could not, but the fact that he was thrown in the day before, Milley and the rest of them had to testify. That's I think they did that so he could not make another video and speak out against them again.
Eddie, could you explain what the machine is for people who aren't sure what you're talking about?
Well, the machine is the industrial military complex. It's the system. If you speak out against the system, then they're going to come down on you. I've seen this in the past in my career. Officers, and it's mainly officers because they're the ones that affect change and policy in the military. They reach a certain rank, which is usually 05, and they start becoming very political. And every decision they make from that point on is political. And it's not for the health and welfare of the men and women below them. It's more for their own career. And I think we sort of saw the pinnacle of that with the Afghanistan withdrawal. You had these incompetent leaders making an incompetent plan, which, fell to crap, and then none of them want to take accountability for it. They all know they don't belong there in the first place. They made rank by becoming yes men or bootlickers. Then they get into a position of power, and then the whole country can see that they really didn't earn their way to the top. They just sat there and said yes to whatever, and also lied to the American people and lied to 4 different presidents over the past 20 years.
All right, the current state of our military leadership, Milley aside, obviously, I think we agree on that. Where are the good ones? Are there good ones, Eddie? Because I'm asking, these guys are the ones training the next generation. If we have nothing but a bunch of crap generals and admirals, we are in deep, deep, deep trouble. I don't care how good our guys on the front line are. Are there good ones in there?
There are definitely good ones. These officers that are coming up through the ranks right now, the way, once they hit 0405, they're either told you conform or get out. And a lot of them do get out. A lot of good officers get out at a very young stage in their career. What we need is for those officers to stay in, to stand up for what is right. And there needs to be a change, an internal change in the system of how these officers are looked at, or how they look at their career. And the elitist attitude that a lot of them have, it needs to change. And I think where that change needs to happen is at these military academies like Annapolis and West Point. They need to sort of take a step back, look at the situation that we're in right now, because they're losing a lot of trust with the American people and also with the men and women below them. And that's not a good thing.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.